I'm fairly certain I said no interruptions.
Buffy may be the Slayer, but what if she isn't the one pulling the strings, controlling her own destiny? Behind every crisis sits an organization older than most vampires she does, the Watchers Council. They claim to guide and protect the Slayer, but their secrets, rules, and hidden agendas tell a very different story. Today we're diving into who the Council really is, what they've been hiding for centuries, and the motive they never want the Slayers to question. And by the end, you might be asking yourself, are they friends or foes to the line of Slayers? Stick around because I'm breaking down the one council decision that nearly got Buffy killed and why it changed her relationship with them forever.
Welcome to Sunnydale.
If you clicked on this video,
what you're after.
Buffy Bot. And also, shout out to our first patron. There's a link in the description. This one's for you, Robbie.
You want to be a member of the Scooby Gang, you gotta be willing to be inconvenienced every now and then.
And also, a special thank you to 94 Trish and Alphador 42 for a bit of motivation when I needed it most. The Watchers Council isn't just old, it's ancient. Its roots trace back all the way to the Shadow Men, the prehistoric mythics who created the very first Slayer in Africa. Over thousands of years, that lineage evolved into the modern council, eventually establishing London, England as its central base of operations. But their reach is global. The council maintains a worldwide network.
We've lost contact with operations in Munich, Switzerland, and Rome.
Their purpose? Identify Slayers, train them, and oversee the entire Slayer line. But they're far from a simple support system. The council is political, hierarchical, and sometimes ruthless. Inside, it's divided into departments. Watchers, special ops teams, etc. Each playing a role in maintaining control over the Slayer. And Buffy learns this early. In Season 3's Helpless, Buffy has her first formal encounter with the Council's authority.
The Slayer's preparation is nearly complete.
A not-so-subtle reminder that the organization behind her Watcher is always watching her. And later in this video, we're going to break down the Council's most controversial decision, one that directly put Buffy's life in danger. Stick around to see how far the Council's willing to go to maintain their power. And side note, it always irked me that the Watcher got a salary, but the Slayer didn't. Like you're paying the wrong person, or at least pay them both. And I'm also sure that the council got paid
Giles
as well.
will stay here as my official Watcher, reinstated at full salary.
Retroactive.
Speaking of Watchers, they train Slayers in combat, demonology, strategy, and psychological resilience. Giles provides Buffy with the knowledge of magical artifacts, vampire weakness, and demon behavior, all under the council's guidelines. The council even assigns research tasks, sometimes testing Slayers' morality or decision-making. Think Checkpoint, Season 5, Episode 12. Buffy is literally tested like a recruit. The council scrutinizes her judgment, skills, and leadership. It's a stark reminder, training isn't just preparation, it's also control. And their influence isn't just on Buffy. Every Slayer is monitored, evaluated, and sometimes compared. On paper, the council exists to protect humanity and guide Slayers, but their true motives are murkier. Over the years, the council itself has become increasingly arrogant, believing themselves to be the supreme authority while the Slayers are just their tools.
We're fighting a war.
Waging a war, she's fighting it. There is a difference.
Mr. Giles.
First, control. Slayers are incredibly powerful and the council insists on oversight, sometimes overstepping. The Watchers Council doesn't overstep by accident, and it only ever steps in when it wants power. When Buffy needs help, they're absent. When Buffy has power, they interfere. Second, preservation of power. They safeguard the Slayer line and maintain political influence in the supernatural world. And third, manipulation. They occasionally orchestrate conflicts using Slayers as instruments in larger strategies. A prime example is Season 5's Checkpoint. Buffy faces bureaucratic scrutiny, with the council questioning her judgment and even Giles' authority. It's a reminder that the council values procedure over individual safety, a fact that Buffy has to navigate throughout her life.
And it won't be handed over until we are convinced that you and your Slayer are prepared for it.
Kendra, the Slayer activated after Buffy temporarily dies in Season 1, is a perfect example. She's trained rigorously by the council with a focus on obedience and protocol rather than autonomy. Faith is the extreme opposite. She shows the consequences of ignoring council authority. When she goes rogue in Seasons 3 and 4, the council's inability to control her underscores the limits of their power and how political maneuvering can backfire. The council's bureaucracy sometimes makes them blind to the nuances of the real world. The council's impact is undeniable. They shape Buffy, influence her decisions, and control the Slayer line. But they are far from perfect. During the Slayer review in Season 5, Episode 12 Checkpoint, the council withholds crucial information about Glory unless Buffy submits to their authority, deliberately putting her and all of Sunnydale and possibly the world in danger just to reassert their control. But that moment becomes the turning point. Buffy realizes the council doesn't empower the Slayer empowers the council.
You're gonna tell me everything you know. Then you're gonna go away.
She flips the power dynamic, forces them to cooperate on her terms, and takes back her control. From then on, the council no longer leads Buffy. Buffy leads them. The days of obedience are over, and the age of her own autonomy begins. Yet, even in their shortcomings, the council does leave their mark. The Watchers Council is a paradox. They provide knowledge, resource, and oversight, but they also manipulate, control, and sometimes endanger the Slayers they claim to protect. So now let me know what you think. Was the Watchers Council friend or foe to the Slayers? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the council and if they were needed. It's a double-edged sword for me, because Buffy clearly needed Giles, and he's from the Watchers Council, but I could have done without the rest of them. Now that you know all about the Watchers Council, check out this video on 4 times Buffy was dead wrong. It's on screen now, and if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Bye.
No thanks. I'm good.
Slayer's a robot. Did everybody else know the Slayer was a robot?